I have a confession to make. I've never really owned anything bigger than a four-door sedan or anything hybrid. Well, a sedan has always been enough for me and I've been fine with gasoline. But now that I'm a dad, now that I have a family, I'm looking for something bigger and more economical, so electrified. So the guys at AutoIndustriya.com threw me the keys to this, the 2025 Hongqi EHS-7 Flagship. Will this battery electric SUV win me over? Hongqi has been around for quite a while in China. In fact, this is their original luxury automobile brand that represents the pride of their automobile industry. But the last few years have really been revolutionary for their country's auto industry, especially in terms of technology and drive, as Hongqi has come to embrace vehicle electrification. I know what I said at the start. I was really looking at hybrid at first, but it's hard not to consider that maybe battery electric is fit for someone like me. After all, most of my meetings and engagements are in the city and I do have access to charging at home, at malls, and other fast charging stations. So I was thinking maybe a BEV is worth a look. And since we're on the topic of worthy lookers, I mean, look at this. The 2025 Hongqi EHS-7 is definitely a looker. They certainly don't hold back with the design, with a very premium aesthetic with a strong character expected of a premium SUV, as well as proud details like the slim emblem here with a red line, the unique headlight design that just stands out at night, and the clean lower bumper with the lights and slats here. This front bumper has an 8-megapixel camera and 4 2-megapixel surround cameras, 5 wave radars, and 12 ultrasonic radars. Here on the side, you'll notice that the Hongqi EHS-7 is pretty big. It has a width of almost 2 meters, a length of almost 5 meters. Yes, it's pretty big, and it rides on an electric platform with a wheelbase of 3,000 millimeters. Remember, the longer the wheelbase, the better it is for comfort. But in a BEV, that also means more space for battery cells, but we'll get to that in just a bit. The wheel arches give a nice accent on the large 21-inch alloy wheels. And look at the door handles. They're tucked in and they stay flushed in the doors until you walk near your vehicle from afar or you unlock it and they pop out, giving you access. Actually, all around this car, you'll find little nuggets of details, novel details. It almost feels like an Easter egg hunt. Like, for example, the step line here on the windowsill. And if we step back a little bit more, we'll see that there's a kink on the D-pillar that kind of reminds me of a certain European design element. Check this out too. You don't need to slam the door because the Hongqi EHS-7 will seal it for you. As you can see, luxury is clad all over the EHS-7, and that's because it's crafted under the direction of Giles Taylor, former design director of Rolls-Royce, and his influence has brought timeless elegance and sophistication to Hongqi's modern identity. Okay, now here in the back, you can see the same motif with the taillights and the front. Hongqi is neatly spelled out here on the tailgate, which is powered, of course. You can just press a button on the key or inside, or even here below, and you can even just stick your foot out. It has this light that's projected, and that's where you place your foot, and guess what? It gives you access to the compartment. You can also close the door this way. Well, of course, you still can use the traditional button to automatically close the tailgate, and when the back closes, you'll find that, actually you won't find any exhaust pipes, which is expected because again, this is a BEV. But a cool fact is that this can pull a trailer that weighs up to 1.5 tons. Amazing! Now here's the part where we pop the hood and show you the engine. But of course we can't do that. But what we can tell you is that this variant of the Hongqi EHS-7 is a dual motor all-wheel drive. That means there's a 275 PS motor down below and another 344 PS motor in the back. What's more important is range. 540 kilometers on just one full charge. The 2025 Hongqi EHS-7 Flagship is able to do that because of the 111 kilowatt ternary lithium battery that's under the floor of the vehicle. But FYI, there's another variant that uses a lithium iron phosphate or LFP battery with a capacity of 85 kilowatt hours, but that one is not a dual motor. It only has the 344 PS rear motor, and that one can give you a range of 475 kilometers. Now, as it is with any BEV, charging speed is also very important, which is why the Hongqi EHS-7 can make use of AC charging as well as super fast DC charging. One great feature here is vehicle to load or V2L. That gives you the capability to power all kinds of devices that wouldn't be able to be powered by a 12-volt outlet. Think big LED TVs or projectors or laptops. This is like a big and sophisticated power bank, making it great for any road trip or camp out. Actually, this can use a 400 kilowatt DC fast charger that can give you a boost from 10% to 80% in just 20 minutes. Imagine that. And also, I'm super intrigued because this is one of the very rare times that we've encountered an automatic door to the charging port. Check that out. But what we're really excited to see is what's inside. And there, we'll find out what Hongqi's concept is of automotive hospitality. Sitting here in the back seat makes you feel like a boss. I mean, we've already spoken enough about how this vehicle is loaded with features, technology, convenience. Double check. I mean, here you get ports, USB-A and USB-C. You get rear AC vents. How about the control for the power windows? You can control both sides. Whichever side you're on, you can control both. That's the first time for me to see that in any car. And a push button to open the doors when you need it. You get compartments. This is one of the things that I like. You get a compartment. I think it's specifically built for your phone because it fits there perfectly. And then you also get this armrest. An armrest drop down in the middle. You're thinking, well, where do I put my drinks? It's got you. It's got two cup holders here, plus additional compartment for maybe wallets or snacks. That's how I would use this compartment. Also, on top of all of that, look at the space that I have for my legs. More than enough. I'm very comfortable. And even if I move here to the middle, this is usually the dreaded seat in the back row, but still enough room. So this car gives you space, technology, convenience, and above all, comfort. Hongqi is definitely going for a very premium cabin that embraces aesthetic, luxury, and technology. The design looks very advanced, but also very upscale. And we can see that in the upholstery, which has a generous use of leather as well as suede for accents. The dashboard, it's fully digital, especially with a cluster that contains all the info a driver needs. And also, you have this massive 15.5-inch center touchscreen. But that's not all. See that on the dashboard? That's a heads-up display, or HUD. But it's also AR or augmented reality. It just looks neat and it adds to the class of the vehicle, and you don't have to take your eyes off the road when you're driving around the city or when you're out on the highway. Okay, so now let's talk about the features of the EHS-7 because the list is quite long. First up, some of the things that we always look for initially when it comes to a car, at least for me, is connectivity. And you'll be happy to know Android Auto and Apple CarPlay both supported by this car. And of course, you also want clear audio to pair up with that. 19 different speakers all around the cabin to make sure you get clear audio, including a subwoofer over in the back. You get a USB-A and USB-C port here, and on the right side, you also get a 12-volt socket. You also get that in the back, as we mentioned earlier, and you'll stay connected wherever you are here. You even get this wireless charging port here that gives you up to 40 watts. The EHS-7 Flagship is also equipped with an automatic dual-zone climate control system, and you get vents for the AC in the back, and you're also guaranteed with air quality that is good because of the negative ion generator as well as the PM2.5 filter. But what's unique is this one right here. This is more than just a logo. This is actually a built-in fragrance system Again, built into the Hongqi EHS-7 Flagship, so no need for aftermarket air fresheners. Comfort, top-notch. Hongqi is trying to set the standard for in-cabin serenity with the EHS-7 Flagship. I mean, when you're inside, it's so quiet. The NVH performance so good, blocking out the noise and the busyness of the streets of Manila, in spite of how crazy it can get. We all know that. And of course, there's a lot of functions as well and features that make sure that you enjoy your time inside the cabin. Look at this panoramic glass roof. So big, and it gives you a great view, as well as, of course, the seats. Powered seats, and check this out. Ventilation on the front seats, and possibly my favorite function, massage. I need this. I'm gonna relax a bit with this.
Jutt, time to drive!
Okay, fine. But I'm not gonna turn off the massage. I deserve this. All right, so now we're taking the Hongqi EHS-7 on the road. And the first thing that you notice, as with any EV, is how quiet it is. But you also hear some buttons and some sounds, and that is actually all the safety and convenience functions that come with the car. You get an adaptive and intelligent cruise control system, as well as lane keep assist. So the moment that you're straying out of your lane, you get notified, and it just keeps you safe on the road. But also something that I'm really impressed with this, yes, it's a battery EV, but it doesn't compromise the response of the car when stepping on the acceleration. As you can see there, you get that pull that we're always looking for with any car. And I also feel the intelligent shock absorbers that are equipped in this vehicle. We know that our highways aren't the smoothest, but you don't notice it too much with that feature of the EHS-7. So it's been a very pleasurable and enjoyable drive, and I'm sure you'll enjoy driving this car too. Another feature of this car is that it detects whether your eyes are distracted, whether they're on the road or not. And I think it's becoming more common among cars, and that's why I can't look at you guys too often, because the car is detecting that, it's alerting me, it's telling me to keep my eyes on the road. The Hongqi EHS-7 combines thrilling performance with top-tier safety, meeting NCAP's 5-star collision standards. You know you're safe because the reinforced 9H4M body structure boosts impact resistance by 30%, while a triple-path energy absorption system enhances frontal crash protection by 28%. Over the last few years, I've had the pleasure of trying many different SUVs with different powertrains, varying degrees of technology, and so much more. And that's what Hongqi is bringing to the market. So much more. They want to present you with something stylish, something advanced, and definitely something comfortable in the 2025 Hongqi EHS-7 Flagship. So if you feel that a BEV is something that fits you, well, this SUV should definitely be a contender. Price starts at 2.58 million pesos for the rear-wheel drive executive model, but for this supreme 2025 Hongqi EHS-7 Flagship, it starts at 3.08 million pesos. But what you should really do is try it out for yourself. So call Hongqi Philippines, drop a message in their social media page, or visit hongqi.ph so you can book your test drive. I'm about to drive it out myself right now. Time to take the family on a grocery run.